How's it going, YouTube? It's your boy Tuckin, and we are finally back for a long overdue update video. As I wanted to just catch up with you guys and let you know what's been going on with the channel, why the channel's been pretty still as of late, and what I do have planned for the future. So I do really appreciate any of you that have at least even clicked on this video, and I would recommend staying along for the long haul if this is something that you would be concerned about, as it does pertain heavily to the channel and the future of the channel. So whether you stick around or not, I would appreciate the support of at least a like. However, I hope you guys do stick around so you can see what exactly I have planned and what's been going on. I just want to hop right into it. I don't really want to take up a bunch of your time. So pretty much what's been happening with the channel is a lot of transitioning has been happening and a lot of thought has been going on with me. Pretty much one of the main transitions that has happened is me moving on to a new job. Another one is the fact that I now, as you can see, we have a completely different scenario. My setup's completely different. I actually have a chair that has decent back support. I'm no longer recording in my room where if I close the door it gets way too hot because of the vent. In my room at my mom's, where if I close the door, my vent in my room for some reason was not working and it never got fixed. So anytime I recorded, it got way too hot. So a lot of those circumstances that made recording for a long amount of times are currently gone, which is good. And I do envision that I'll have less interruptions when I am trying to record, which will probably also be good for my consistency with uploading on time with videos. So I'm excited about both of those. So change of scenario, change of job, more time to dedicate towards making videos, and more effective time to be exact, and then just everything in between. So I could dive a little bit deeper in some of those. So I did transition. I did quit my previous job a little bit before Worlds and the Anaheim Open. As you do know, as some of you may have known, I did post pictures and everything to my Twitter. I attended the Anaheim Open and partook in the Anaheim Open. A wonderful experience, and I would do it again without short notice. Again, it was great. And as soon as I heard the Anaheim Open was announced, I knew it was something that I wanted to do. And it was also awesome to be there with my now girlfriend. But anyways, yes, I quit shortly before that, and because the Anaheim Open, my training got pushed back for the new job, which meant that I trained later instead of beforehand. And training it's interesting just because training was 8 to 5 every single day of the week, and I had weekends off. And it was for a good little while. I don't recall exactly how long training was, but it was for a good little while. So that made recording weird for me, and it's mainly because I'm just gonna progress further in the story, and then it'll make sense. So once training was over, my schedule then switches to, did switch to, because this is past tense, my schedule did switch to 10 hours per day, Sunday to Wednesday. Sunday to Wednesday is my schedule, and I work 10 hours each of those days. So obviously no recording, no streaming, almost maybe seldomly, well, not seldomly, seldomly is not a word. On seldom occasions, I may actually record on those days, but it won't be freaking at all because I'm usually pretty tired, and I usually have dinner, laundry, something that I have to do when I do get home finally on those 10-hour days. So it won't happen often, but definitely be on the lookout. If there's like some crucial video I have to get out, then I probably will take the time out and try to get that up even on those days. 40 hours goes into Sunday through Wednesday, and I have the following 3 days off, so Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I like this so much more. And back to my previous point of me through training having the 8 to 5s, I didn't want to upload through training. One, because I didn't have my setup settled here at my girlfriend's place yet. Didn't have the solid desk that I wanted. I didn't have a chair that had support, so I was like, I can't really, it's just hard to really want to go too hard with it when your back's just hurting the entire time. So didn't have a chair with adequate support. There was just a lot missing with my setup, and then on top of that, I was working and then trying to do a video, and I came to figure out after doing some real evaluations on my inconsistency issues with my uploading, I did realize that a huge thing that I wasn't enjoying was working hard on YouTube videos in the same day. My prior 2 jobs, so the one I'm currently at, so the job I left for the job I'm at, and the job I left for the job that I recently left to get to the job I'm at. If that was confusing, I apologize, but pretty much the 2 jobs I've had before this one, both of those jobs, one was from early morning to mid-afternoon, and then one was from mid-afternoon to late evening. And um, neither of those schedules really worked for me with uploading consistently. I would find myself either not giving myself adequate time with the schedule that was mid-afternoon to late evening. I just wouldn't give myself enough time to upload, so then I was rushing my video out. It was never the quality I was proud of, and I was just rushing videos out to try to get them on my little schedule I was making for myself. And I was just making schedules sporadically as well, never sticking to it. So that's something else that will not be happening in the future. Now that I have like a super set schedule at my job that I really do like and I think works best, or I think works better, a lot better for YouTube, I won't be making schedules and then not actually sticking to them anymore as well. So don't anticipate that anymore as well, especially because with full days to be able to dedicate to videos and with a more comfortable situation for video making, I will actually be voice recording a lot more than I used to do in the past. As you noticed, I was probably always in a different outfit on almost all my videos. You'll see less of that, as there will probably be a decent amount of bulk recording now, considering that I have way more comfortable scenarios for me to do an act of that kind. Which is bulk recording. I do feel like being able to dedicate full days and not having that, because then on the schedules that were the schedule that was early morning to late afternoon, I'd get home from work and would just want to kind of relax a little bit, and then I'd lose track of time again with that schedule, and then I'm like, it's super late at night and I'm trying to upload a video and I'm missing out on doing stuff with friends because I procrastinate the video because I didn't want to do it immediately right after work. I'm just kind of burnt out because at that job I was on my feet a lot. So it just didn't work, and I do think that this is going to work a lot better, and I'm excited for the future with this new work schedule. So I hope it does work out the way I do have it plan. I do plan on it working out. I hope that works out. So I'm excited for that. Other than transitioning jobs, another thing is the fact that I transitioned into being here. So obviously, like I said, my setup not being where it was, that was one of the reasons why I wasn't uploading. I needed to have my setup to the at least somewhat near where I wanted it to be for me to be consistently putting up videos for you guys. So I'm glad that we got a little bit of what I want going on here. Next thing was, after a while, well, all right, so this one point ties into another. So it's pretty much the videos I've been uploading on this channel, which has primarily been competitive Pokemon. That's been VGC and League format. When it comes to VGC, after the Anaheim Open, that was going to be my last. That was my last and only VGC 17 event. So I started to feel a little bit of why continue to practice and play this format, considering I'm not going to go to any VGC 17 events. And I do realize that even when I realized I wasn't going to be able to go to Utah, and I likely wouldn't be able to go to actually go to almost any VGC 17 events, I did continue to upload VGC 17 videos for entertainment purposes. However, at this point, I just reached a point where I'm a little tired of VGC 17. I've kind of taken some steps back with the community, not wanting to be as involved with people that I used to think were kind of cool or that I used to look up to, just not wanting to be involved with some people as much as I did priorly due to some toxic situations that have arisen in that time frame. And I honestly I'm a little more excited just for a new format and just kind of want to push my efforts and energy towards that rather than something that's not really going to go anywhere for me or for most people who'd be watching this channel. Instead of me uploading VGC 17 videos, I do really want to start to upload VGC, well, not VGC, but Battle Spot Double videos. It's pretty much, it's almost confirmed, pretty much confirmed that VGC 18 is going to be Battle Spot Doubles with the new Pokemon, the current Battle Spot 17 format, just with the new Pokemon that we do get, whether we get a decent amount of Alolan forms or whether it's just the new Ultra Beasts. There will be new Pokemon in the format, however. I did feel a little hesitant for a second, just thinking that some new Pokemon's going to really change up the meta, so not to get too entrenched into Battle Spot Doubles, but I do still think it'd be very quality practice for VGC 18. And I actually do like the format. I practiced a little bit with a team that my good friend Jack the Battler, sent in our Twitter DM, and very, very fun. So I'm excited for VGC 18 entirely, and I am hoping that the first regional of the VGC 18 format, Dallas Regional, I'm hoping that I will be attending that, hopefully with some friends as well. So I'm really excited for that, and I do just kind of want to push my efforts towards that. So that's why VGC content hasn't really been coming. I kept thinking, do I upload VGC 17 for no apparent reason? Do I not? And I'm actually just going to leave that in the past, and we're going to move on to the future. And then when it comes to League format action, I love me some League format. It's one of my favorite ways to play Pokemon. Out of all the different ways of just playing the playthroughs, everything, League format has been my thing. However, though, I've reached a point where I just can't with some of these leagues anymore. And it's not because of the quality, it's not because of the people, because both of those are awesome, very awesome, and I enjoy it so much, putting in the time and effort and then trying my best to win these games week in and week out. It has always been because of the lack of commitment. Like, I just can't do it anymore. If I'm going to week in and week out try my hardest to come up with good sets against my opponents, and then week in and week out, um, and then set out time that has to be consented on or agreed upon by two different people. Like, that is hard. Getting two parties that have different time zones to agree on a time to do an event is hard to get done. It is hard. You have to really sacrifice some things sometimes, and I did that a lot. And then for especially, like, I hate to use that as an example because I'm so grateful to have been a part of the IBL and I loved all the people involved, but just it left such a sour taste in my mouth. Not even the fact that I lost in semifinals to Dan, because Dan's an extremely amazing, he's an extremely good battler, and in no way do I feel like that's a terrible loss or anything. Dan's really good at battling and he's an awesome guy. It's just the fact that no one who wasn't in playoffs was even slightly hyped for playoffs. And even the people in playoffs seemed like they lacked a little bit of hype because it was like getting the battle scheduled. Like, I had to wait so long to do my second round because I had to buy the first round. I had to wait so long to do my battle because my first round opponents couldn't get their battle scheduled. And it's like, I do realize that school started as soon as our playoffs started as well, so people's schedules got a little hectic, but still, I see all these same people putting energy in all these other different avenues, but for some reason, as soon as people don't have playoff hopes, it's not even just IBL, it's all these leagues I've been a part of so far. As soon as people lose playoff hopes, they lose all focus and any type of motivation to continue to put effort into a league. And it's really demoralizing for everyone in the league, and it really hurts the league as a whole when people get their audiences so engaged in something and then they just pretty much almost to an extent drop out of it like that. It's really just sucks. And um, there's not much I can do about it. It's all up to other people whether or not they stay trying their hardest and stay just trying to have fun with it and support their friends that are in the once their championship hopes are gone. But just the fact that I've experienced that a few times now, it's really hard to keep wanting to join some of these leagues. So at this point, I reached the point where only the leagues that I feel like are at the quality, well, not really quality, but just meet that standard to where I feel like people that are even doing bad won't stop uploading, won't just take forfeits every week. Once I feel like I find leagues of that quality, I'll attempt to sign up for them. It's unlikely I'll get into those leagues because I am still a very small YouTuber and I don't have a bunch of YouTube league format track record to show that I am worthy to be in that spot. And I also don't have the best content out there. I'm not afraid to say that by any measure. I do not. However, though, I just can't. I can't commit to a full-on league and get so involved and so entrenched just for playoffs to come around and then it to be less hype than at any point in the league. That's just not the way it should be, and that's where I stand with league format. Hopefully, we'll still have it on the channel sometime soon. If not, that's just where it stands because I hope you guys understand my perspective just of people not staying committed. It's just not fun at that point. It really just sucks all the fun out of the league when people just lose their ability to want to continue to just have fun. And that's the one downside of anything that's competitive. When people aren't doing well, they get down on themselves and they don't really want to continue to do it, and it sucks. But I do know if I was in the same scenario, I would try my best to keep it because I'd wanna end on the highest note I at least still could. Maybe mess up someone else's playoff hopes, and on all good heart still. But still, that would be fun still for me. But I guess other people don't get the same thrill of it. But it's fun. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I digress and we move on. It's just that's how I feel with League, and it's unfortunate because League format was one of my favorite things to upload. And huge shout out to Joseph Games again for making that sick layout for me for the IBL. But I can no longer, 100%, I can no longer put forth that effort week in, week out, and then scheduling battles with my opponents. And then, especially because my schedule is even a little bit busier than it was beforehand, and not busier in the sense for uploading, but busier in the sense of trying to add in stuff that I don't add into my schedule myself. If you can kind of understand that, like if I'm able to do stuff the prior week and already say, all right, on Thursday I'm doing this, on this day I'm doing that, on my off days, but when I have to schedule something with someone, that requires a lot of effort and that can really change up stuff with my schedule. So for me to commit to that, it's going to have to be worthy of my time. And at this point, I just don't think it is, unless it's one of those leagues that I feel like already have that really good recognition for being a league that doesn't have people just fall out because things aren't going their way. But anyways, let's move on from that. That's just pretty much, that's where I am with VGC. That's where I am with league format. So do expect, I should be putting up some Battle Squad double, probably some Showdown live videos, try to get some friends on that. So hopefully we can do that and just have a little bit of fun with it. And then the last reason I took a break from the channel was because I got extremely excited to hopefully branch the channel out to more content. As much as I love Pokemon, I love it with all of my heart. It's been great to me. I met amazing people, and I love it. At the end of the day, I didn't get in YouTube to specifically only be a Pokemon tuber. I thought I'd wanted to initially, but a lot of things have changed that. And some of it is the fact that some of the biggest Pokemon tubers are not just doing Pokemon content anymore. And while I do feel like it's because maybe they're burnt out because they've been doing years on years on years of it, it's also at the same time that I do feel like Pokemon's at one of its lowest times in popular. Like it's still doing really really well, but on YouTube I feel like Pokemon's not doing as well as it used to do. And sorry, my dog's right underneath me, so I was making sure not to step on her. I've been seeing a lot of tweets of people saying, "Oh, Ultra Sun and Moon is the first game I'm not going crazy to get a new copy of," and it's just like I feel the same way. As much as I want to play the games, I'm not going crazy to have a copy the first day it comes out. I'm just kind of doing my own thing. And even though Ultra Sun and Moon, they look like they're going to be amazing games, I honestly have a high hunch that they'll be even better than the regular Sun and Moon games. However, though, I feel like people are just kind of losing their touch with Pokemon, and they want to do more. And I've always wanted to do more. I enjoy other games so much, and it's hard to do YouTube and put all this time in games and then not put them in the time in the games that I also want to sit around and play as well. I love playing 2K. That's one of the main games I love to play. I love playing Overwatch. I love playing, every once in a while, playing Rocket League. I love playing these other games. And I have these really good story mode games that I also want to showcase to you guys and play with you guys. But they're on PS4. And so that's why I got really focused on branching out and playing more and getting more PS4 games. So I even went out. Can I even pull this over? No, it's not gonna make it over. But I have the Elgato like right here next to me. And the only reason why I'm not saying the channel is going to branching out is because of this thing right in front of me, this computer. It is not an expensive computer. This computer is barely over $300. I was desperate for a computer to start doing YouTube, as I was extremely passionate about this when I first started, and I am getting back to that point now. That's another thing. I was just not feeling as passionate as I wanted to for a while. Yes, I have the Elgato, but this computer right in front of me cannot run the software. It is not, it's far from a very nice, it's a good computer. It's not an extremely nice one. It's not an extremely high quality one. That's the way I should have explained it first. But it's not a high quality computer. So even though it gets the job done when it comes to Pokemon content, it does that's not even the best as well. So as you can see, I always get rid of my in-game music, and that's not entirely because I don't like the in-game music. It's also because for some reason my capture card sounds really weird with the in-game music, and that sucks. But that's part of this computer I have, and I want to get a new computer. I could afford a new computer, but I want to get a really nice computer so that I don't have to upgrade for a while, rather than getting a new computer just for the moment and then having to upgrade again sooner, because I want to do more than that. So I'm looking around at least like a little bit over the 1,000 range, and that's a little bit too hefty of a purchase for me to make at this moment. I will still be looking into avenues to where I may be able to do that, whereas you put it on a credit card or what I may be able to do. However, though, I am going to give it a lot of time and thought and not make any brass or any decisions that aren't thought through well just to branch out my content, as my channel is still small and I don't make any money off of this channel, so I can't be making some huge financial decisions for something that isn't actually lucrative for me. So It will have to be well thought out, but that is where I want. That is where I want to go. I want to branch out into PS4 content for you guys because I do feel like there's such good games out there that I know you guys would enjoy watching me play. Even get my girlfriend in on some of these games, as I have a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but I do have a few fun multiplayer games for me and her that we do play together and that we can play for you guys, play on stream. Just all these things I want to do. So hopefully I'm able to do that in the near future. I'm hoping that I don't have to wait till my tax return in February, as that can even take longer than February to come. So I'm hoping that my tax return can go towards a bigger purchase that I'm more focused on, and that I'm able to just either save up the money necessary, or I'm able to just put it on a card and then just pay it off for a new computer. So I will stay very on top of that because that is exactly where I want to go with this channel. So hopefully I can do that very soon. But I focused a lot of my energy towards that, and that was another reason why the channel was in a stalemate, because I hadn't bought the Elgato yet, because I had so many other purchases when I first moved in here to make, such as getting my setup fine because my desk wasn't good before I got here, so getting an actual good desk, just a lot of purchases I had to make, getting this chair, a lot of stuff. So we're settled now, and hopefully I can upgrade my computer so that we can do so much more on this channel here very, very soon. And pretty much talking about the staleness of the channel is also talked about what I want to do in the future. So we're covering everything in one, which is really good. But yeah, the final point is just Twitch as well. Twitch, I got a bunch of stuff commissioned for my Twitch to make it look nice and to be ready to stream a lot. But I quickly realized with my first stream with the new graphics was that my computer is far from ideal for Twitch streaming. It could do it. It wouldn't be near the quality I would want it to be at, though. I don't want to be dropping frames when I stream. I don't want to have to be worried about if something's going to go wrong with my computer while streaming. It seemed like my computer was chucking along while trying to stream and not really getting the job done too well. So instead of putting all that pressure on my computer's performance while I stream, I was just thinking it's probably something that I put set aside for the future as well with the new computer, and wait until I am able to upgrade my computer to then go full on with Twitch, because that's something else I very much so want to do. One of my closest friends in the Pokemon community, Kieran, he goes by Chocolate Kieran online. He is making rounds on Twitch, and it's amazing to watch. He primarily streams Pokemon, which is what I would try to do a decent amount as well, especially because I really, even though I want to take steps back from the community, I still have a lot of faith in VGC as a fun, competitive game. And I still want to branch that out to other viewers. So even if I do stream Overwatch one day on Twitch, then the next stream I want it to be Pokemon, and hope that the same viewers that only watch for Overwatch can maybe come over to the Twitch stream and watch, and maybe into the Pokemon stream, and maybe even get into VGC, because I still have hopes of VGC becoming more than what it currently is. However, though, yeah, my computer needs to be upgraded before I feel comfortable Twitch streaming. So that's where we stand with streaming. It will happen in the near future, just like the branching out the content, but it's going to take a while. So what we're standing at with the channel now is that we're kind of we're setting stuff aside to do in the near future until I am ready to make a purchase of what we need for that. So for right now, all I want to focus on is just having fun. I don't want to put pressure on myself to force myself to do some type of content for views. I don't want to force myself to do anything that I'm not comfortable with doing anymore, and I don't want to feel like I'm wasting any of my time at all either. So what I wanted to do now was, I know I tried to do some playthroughs and stuff with Pokemon a little bit, but they were just lacking a little bit. So I want to put a little bit more effort in some of these playthroughs, Nuzlocke, stuff like that, not just finding a random ROM and then just playing it. I want it to be something that doesn't really, a little bit different than what you typically see on YouTube. Try to just do my own thing with it and just try to have fun. I'm hoping we could have some fun, and I really am hoping that it doesn't take too long for me to get that computer upgrade, because I really do want to branch out a little bit more. As much as I love you, Pokemon, as I did just hit into my desk, so my apologies. But as much as I love Pokemon, sometimes you gotta just give yourself a chance to do other stuff you enjoy, and not just kind of box yourself, because I feel like I was kind of boxing myself with Pokemon, and I don't need to oversaturate this channel with Pokemon content. However, though, that's pretty much where we're at. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, please feel free to comment below. I'm all open ears to any concerns or anything you would enjoy to see on this channel. I have a solid I feel like library, it's nothing huge, but a solid library of PS4 games I can't wait to get on top of. If there's a game you want to see when I do finally branch out, let me know. If there's something you want me to see me do with Ultra Sun and Moon, just let me know. I'm open to all of it. Playthroughs are fun. I'm not just going to stick to competitive Pokemon because sometimes I get burnt out on competitive Pokemon, but I still love the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the channel. I hope you guys have enjoyed what we've done so far, but I do plan on being a lot more professional, a lot more on time with my stuff, a lot more reliable, and just having a lot more fun and not trying to force myself to do any type of content or let any outside forces kind of compel me to feel a certain way or do a certain thing. And I know YouTube's still going through a downturn, but I kind of just want to get YouTube a little bit more off the ground before we even branch too heavily into Twitch, so that I already have a little bit of an audience that kind of wants to watch me on Twitch, so I don't feel so lonely when I'm trying to speak to a nobody chat on Twitch. And maybe we could get some good fans of the channel and on the Twitch streams once I do finally migrate over there. But if you guys are excited for VGC 18 as well, let me know a little bit about that. I'm gonna get the heck out of here, guys. Sorry that this video ends up still being pretty long, but if you stayed for all of that, I appreciate it. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Peace.